Yes. So we see that how the narrator's boat, it was sinking, and he was able to go reach the deck again. And when he reached there, he found that water was everywhere. The ship deck was badly damaged. He also knew somewhere that there was damage at the below of the ship, and but he did not have time to go there and check what the damage was, because he had to first save the ship from sinking, save the ship from the another attack of the wave. So he decided to handle the wheel, but then suddenly he saw his wife appearing from the cabin. She was scared. She was screaming that they were sinking. The decks were smashed and they were full of water. And then the narrator, he asked his wife to take the wheel, and he went inside the cabin where he found his two crewmen, Larry and Herb. They were madly pumping out the water. And he observed the damage that was there inside the cabin. The timbers, they hung at crazy angle because the wooden structure was badly damaged. The starboard side was bulged inwards, and the water was getting inside, and everything was floating on the water. He reached his children's cabin and inquired whether they were all right. The son was quite okay, but the daughter, she was hurt a little. Her head was swollen because she had an injury over her head. But the narrator said that he did not have time to worry about those bumped heads. He went there to find some hammers, screws, and canvas because it was important to save the ship from sinking, and he had to make certain repairs. Yes, so he took the hammer, screws, and canvas because it was important to secure the starboard side because it was bashed open. It was forcefully open, and a lot of water was gushing into the ship, and that's why it was important to secure it first, because he knew very well that if he failed to do the repairs, the urgent repairs, the ship would surely sink. So we will start here from here. The narrator continues. He says that somehow I managed to stretch canvas and secure waterproof hatch covers across the gaping holes. So with the help of that canvas, wherever the holes were there, wherever the crack was there, he covered it with that waterproof canvas. Some water continued to stream below, but most of it was now being deflected over the side. Now, as he had secured the hatch, he had tried to cover the starboard side. Now the water was getting deflected, deviated. अब पानी जो था अब अंदर ship में नहीं जा रहा था. It was getting deviated to outside. But more problems arose when our hand pumps started to block up, with the debris floating around cabins and the electric pump short circuited. अभी ऑथर कहते हैं कि नरेटर कहते हैं कि उन्होंने रिपेयर्स किए ही थे, बट देन मोर प्रॉब्लम्स स्टार्टेड टू अराइव. The hand pump, with the help of which they were pumping out the water, now it was getting blocked because of the debris. जितना भी कचरा जो float हो रहा था पानी में, because of that the water pump, the hand pump was blocked. The water level rose threateningly. Electric pump short circuit हो गया था because of the high level of water inside the ship. And the water level was rising alarmingly, threateningly. Back on deck, I found that our two spare hand pumps had been wrenched overboard. So जब वो deck पर आए, he found that it was the two other spare hand pumps that they had, it was completely damaged. Wrenched means damaged. Along with the forestay sail, the jib, the dinghies, and the main anchor. इसके साथ साथ उनकी जो छोटी सेल थी, फोस्टे सेल थी, देन जो बड़ी जिब थी, देन द डिंगीज, द स्टॉर्म जिब के साथ साथ जो डिंगीज थी, एंड जो मेन एंकर था जो शिप को होल्ड करने में मदद करता, दैट वाज आल्सो डिस्ट्रॉयड. And because of all these things, they were going to face a lot of problems next. Then I remembered we had another electric pump under the chart room floor. I connected it to an outpipe and was thankful to find that it worked. So the two spare hand pumps that they had, that was badly damaged. The electric pump that was there, it got short circuited. And then he remembered that they also had a spare electric pump in the chart room floor. So he went there and he says, I connected it to an outpipe and was thankful to find that it worked. The night dragged on with an endless, bitterly cold routine of pumping, steering, and working with the radio. So the whole night it went just doing the same work repeatedly. That is, they were continuously pumping out the water, steering the ship, then working the radio. What they were doing with the radio? They were making mayday calls. They were asking for help on the radio. Mayday calls कहते हैं distress call. जब emergency में आप call करते हो तो इसे mayday call कहते हैं. So we were getting no replies to our mayday calls, which was not surprising in this remote corner of the world. So narrator कहते हैं कि ये कोई surprising fact नहीं था. They were lost somewhere in the middle of the vast ocean. Where they were, they did not know. So that's why the narrator said that it was not a surprising fact कि इतने remote corner of the world में उनको कोई replies नहीं मिल रही थी. But they kept on making mayday calls. They kept on steering their ship and pumping out the water. Sue's head had swollen alarmingly. She had two enormous black eyes, and now she showed us a deep cut on her arm. So Sue की इंजरी भी काफी सीरियस थी. उनकी जो उसका जो हेड था वो बहुत बुरी तरह से फूल चुका था, स्वेलिंग हो चुकी थी. And the two enormous eyes जो थे वो ब्लैक टर्न हो गए थे, तो आंखों के आसपास कालापन छा गया था. And then she showed the narrator the deep cut that she had on her arm. When I asked why she hadn't made more of her injuries before this, she replied, I didn't want to worry you when you were trying to save us all. See the courage of this little girl, Sue. She was just 7 years old. And the reply that she gave, that I did not want to worry you. मैं आपको परेशान नहीं करना चाहती थी because you were busy in saving us all. And that's why she did not inform her father about the injury. A deep cut was there on her arm too. सिर पे तो चोट लगी ही थी, and that was swollen up alarmingly. And she also had a deep cut on her arm, and that she did not inform about to her father. And this way we find that how the children, they were also supporting the crew members. They were not getting panicked there. They were not complaining about the situation. Instead, they were trying to help their father. So इसी तरह से रात गुजर गई, and by morning on January 3, the pumps had the water levels sufficiently under control for us to take 2 hours rest in rotation. But we still had a tremendous leak somewhere below the water line, and on checking, I found that nearly all the boats' main rib frames were smashed down to the keel. So what he says is, these dates are very important. Now the storm, it started on December, that is before December 25. That is the second day of their journey. And then it was January 2nd when they were badly hit by a huge wave. And it was now January 3rd. So the pumps had the water level sufficiently under control for us to take 2 hours rest in rotation. So January 3rd में क्या situation है? That they were able to control the intake of the water sufficiently, and they were able to take rest at intervals of 2 hours. But there was tremendous leak somewhere below the water line. Ship में अभी भी leakage थी, and जब narrator ने check किया, उन्होंने क्या देखा? That the boat's main rib frame was smashed down to keel. Keel कहते हैं bottom of the boat. तो उन्होंने जब सारा कुछ चेक किया, मेन फ्रिब था जो मेन टिम्बर से बना, जो मेन स्ट्रक्चर था बोट का, जिस पर मेन ढांचा जो होता है बोट का, वो बहुत बुरी तरह से बॉटम तक टूट चुका था. In fact, there was nothing hiding up a whole section of the starboard hull except a few cupboard partition. So narrator क्या कहते हैं, जो पूरा शिप था वो जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ द कबर्ड पार्टीशंस की वजह से एक साथ जुड़ा हुआ था. इट वाज होल्डिंग अप द होल सेक्शन, अदरवाइज उनका जो शिप था वो टुकड़ों में बिखर जाता. We had survived for 15 hours since the wave hit, but Wave Walker would not hold together long enough for us to reach Australia. So they were able to survive for long 15 hours, but the narrator, he knew very well that Wave Walker would not hold together long enough that they would reach Australia. So somewhere they needed to halt, उनको कहीं रुकने की जरूरत थी. And for that, the narrator says, I checked our charts and calculated that there were 2 small islands a few hundred kilometers to the east. One of them, Ile Amsterdam, was a French scientific base. Our only hope was to reach these pinpricks in vast ocean. Why he calls pinpricks? Because these islands were very small islands. और उस vast ocean में बिना किसी सही इंस्ट्रूमेंट के उस आइलैंड को ढूंढना बहुत मुश्किल था. दूसरी बात, नरेटर को बिल्कुल अंदाजा नहीं था कि वो अब कहां पर है, where they were heading to, but he needed to find these 2 islands. And जो सबसे पास था, Ile Amsterdam सबसे पास था, and that was a French scientific base, and it was important that they should find this island, Ile Amsterdam, and take a pause, take a stop there. वरना क्योंकि उनका जो शिप था वो अब इतना सक्षम नहीं था कि वो उनको ऑस्ट्रेलिया तक पहुंचा सके. And some immediate repairs were required. So that way, narrator के लिए एक बहुत problematic situation थी. The crew members were really tensed, and they started looking for that island. But unless the wind and the seas abated so we could hoist sail, our chances would be slim indeed. But जिस तरह से wind की speed थी और sea waves जिस तरह से huge थी, he said that we were not able to hoist the sail. वो storm jib भी hoist नहीं कर पा रहे थे. And with that speed which they were moving forward, there was hardly any chance that they would be able to reach one of the islands. And the great wave had put our auxiliary engine out of action. So the huge wave जिसने strike किया था ship पर, उसकी वजह से narrator कहते हैं कि उनका जो auxiliary engine था, auxiliary कहते हैं जो supporting engine था, that was destroyed. That was out of order now. So जो main engine था, उसकी मदद से they were moving forward. वो sail भी नहीं लगा पा रहे थे. So still the problem continued. On January 4, after 36 hours of continuous pumping, we reached the last few centimeters of water. So January 4th bhi aa gayi, and they were still busy in pumping out the water, steering the wheel and waiting for the weather to ease down. And he says that January 4, Ajabai, 36 hours of continuous pumping, then they were able to sufficiently flood out the water from the ship. Now we had only to keep pace with the water still coming in. तो सिर्फ अब उनको उतना ही पानी निकालना पड़ रहा था जितना अंदर आ रहा था. अब वो जो पहले वाटर जो था भरा हुआ था, काफी था, जैसे नी तक या वेस्ट तक पानी था, वो अब नहीं था. So we could not set any sail on the main mast. Narrator एक और चीज बताते कि जो उनका main mast था उस पर भी वो sail नहीं लगा पा रहे थे, because pressure on the rigging would simply pull the damaged section of the hull part. Rigging means जो ropes है, and जो ropes बंधी हुई थी different parts of the ship के साथ, कहते कि अगर मैं उस पर sail चढ़ा देता तो शायद जो damaged section था, जो hull part था, वो भी टूटकर बिखर जाता. Now you can see in the picture which is given in your book here, जैसे ये है ना, this is the main mast. आप देखो यहाँ रस्सियां बंधी होती हैं, ठीक है ना. So अगर रस्सियों के साथ अगर ये बड़ी सेल, नरेटर कहते हैं अगर मैं इस पर लगा दूं तो क्या होगा, ये पूरा शिप का जो ढांचा है ये पूरा टूट कर बिखर जाएगा। सो ये बहुत बड़ा रिस्क था, एंड जो भी स्पीड उन्हें मिल पा रही थी वो सिंगल इंजन के साथ दे वर मूविंग अहेड। Next, what happened is, narrator said that, so we hoisted the storm jib and headed for where I thought the two islands were. So main sail jo thi, badi sail, so he was not able to put on the mast. So he tried to put the storm jib again. And with the help of that small jib, small sail, they started heading towards the island, which the narrator had calculated and supposed that they would find it at a particular distance. Mary found some corned beef and cracker biscuits, and we ate our first meal in almost 2 days. And after 2 days, Mary, she was able to find something to eat. और वो क्या था? Corned beef or cracker biscuit. So जो beef है, जो उसका meat था, वो जो बना हुआ खाना दो आजा कच्चा पक्का होता है, which you cook it, ready to eat जो foods होते हैं. She found that and some cracker biscuits also. And the narrator said that we ate our first meal in 2 days. So after long 36 hours of doing a laborious task, they were able to have something to eat. But the narrator said our respite was short-lived. At 4 p.m., black clouds began building up behind us. Within the hour, the wind was back to 40 knots and the seas were getting higher. The weather continued to deteriorate throughout the night, and by dawn on January 5, our situation was again desperate. Respite कहते हैं जो रेस्ट, अब जो वो काफी रेस्ट ले पा रहे थे, जो क्योंकि थोड़ी विंड जो थी वो ईज डाउन हो गई थी, दे वर एबल टू पुट द स्टॉर्म जिब, लेकिन कहते हैं कि ये जो हमें थोड़ा सा आराम मिला था ये बस थोड़े पल का ही था। शाम के 4 बजते बजते ब्लैक क्लाउड्स दोबारा आ गए एंड विंड की स्पीड 40 नॉट्स हो गई और वापस से ह्यूज वेव्स को वो फेस करने लगे। So let's stop here today. We will continue the chapter tomorrow again. So do take a reading of the chapter. We will continue from here tomorrow.